there, Pokemon trainers. I'm Ashe.
I'm Nick.
And we're here today to give some of our bad takes, but
Yep.
not really. As we've seen and discussed earlier, we got to see a lot of like meta-changing decks, like we in the NAIC, NAIC, I believe. We got to see Flying Pikachu VMAX take first place, Mewtwo V Union take third. Like, the meta is being shaken up something, and it is fun to see. So we're taking today to sit down, look at the two new decks that came out along with Pokemon's Go releases, which is Mewtwo V versus Melmetal V. We're going to talk about how we can go about improving these decks. And we're also going to be looking at the new Trainer's Toolkit, which also released with Pokemon Go. Jam-packed with a lot of great support for just about any deck you're making.
Yeah, if you're running low on supporters, this is definitely phenomenal for it.
So first and foremost, we'll go ahead and open the decks, see what we're looking at. With these being level 1 decks, they're
very bare bones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they're great when you're just starting out, especially for the younger audience. But when you go into the competitive scene, not so much.
Yeah.
Oh, there's actually packs in here. I did not see that.
Hey. We got a little something extra open at the end now.
So yeah, it also comes with 2 Pokemon Go packs. We are aware of all the products that we have and what comes in them.
Purple coin. Put my little coin right there. Yeah, get a little Mew. But yeah. Like, we thought about doing a battle video of these, but honestly, once we've battled like 1 or 2 of them, we've battled all of them.
Yeah, generally saying they put the same trainers in all of these.
Yeah.
Save for maybe a few they'll switch around, but mostly...
See, I'm just going to pull the energy off of the top real fast. Just so we don't care about basic energy. So I think quite literally the only difference is like this one I believe plays the metal saucers, whereas this one has what is it? Energy way. Got a berry alert module evolution Shauna, which is barreled again. Great ball again. Switch egg Inkyu. Just for the
Nope, that
3
doesn't go.
berries. The never-ending Shaunas. What? We can't escape the Shauna.
We can't.
Oh, it's playing the full set of berry. 2 incubator. 4 great ball. There we go. Okay, yeah, so that's all my trainers.
Playing a playset of the Great Balls.
Yeah, I think, like we both said, like 3 lure module, 4 great ball, 1 switch, 2 evolution incense, 2 Shaunas. What is it? Do you have the 2 egg incubator?
Yes, they're right over
2
here.
egg incubators.
But yeah.
See, I think, literally the trainers are identical minus the 1 metal saucer, and I have an energy switch in the Mewtwo deck.
And yeah, I have the metal saucer in play of that.
That is the singular difference between these 2 decks in terms of trainers.
Pokemon, of course, are going to vary just because they go off of what type it's based on. But
yeah, let's break down into the trainers a little bit and then talk about what we would do differently in comparison.
I was going to say, I'll just go ahead and...
Yeah, so you set yours out. I'm just going to keep mine back because these are literally... Well, minus the energy switch. I'll put that out. Energy switch can hang out here.
All right. But yeah, as you can see, actually, you may not be able to see because I don't think we put everything high enough. Apologies. I was going to say, go ahead and put the Mewtwo up there as well.
Sure. You'll just hang out right here.
There we go.
Yeah.
A little better,
Mm-hmm.
but it's... The trainers aren't bad, question mark.
Yeah.
But...
Like...
Where did Shauna go?
Hmm?
Where did Shauna go?
I don't know. You had... Give me a sec. I'll find her.
Oh, I somehow put her back in my...
Ah. There's a little Shauna in the corner.
Like, a lot of these aren't inherently bad. Like,
Mhm.
evolution instance is always great if you're running any sort of evolutions. That's one of the ones that can definitely stay.
Mhm.
Switches are great. Metal Saucer sees a lot of play when it comes to steel decks,
Mhm.
metal decks. But things like Barry, he can absolutely be replaced.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great things that you can. There's a lot of great card draw options. There is, if you just want to, just completely say screw it, you can always do Marnies in place,
Mhm.
which will make everybody shuffle, put their hand to bottom, draw 5, / your opponent draws 4. That's a great replacement. There is Professor's Research, discard your hand, draw 7. There's
Yeah.
plenty of options there. Bug Catcher, again, same thing. I'm even further against Bug Catcher than I am with Barry, just because when it comes to chance cards like that, just to draw more cards,
Yeah. No.
I would much rather play the Crimbrant machine,
Mm-hmm.
which says you can just search for any card if it goes through. So.
Yeah, like same thing. Like you've got your Shauna, which is literally just play Marnie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, we're not going to kick Shauna out of the equation because nope. Goodbye, Shauna.
Definitely Bug Catchers as well.
Bug Catcher, yeah. So it's like, if you're playing something that's like, oh, I just want to draw a handful of cards, what is it? Bird Keeper.
Bird Keeper's great. What Bird Keeper does is swap your active Pokemon. If you do, draw 3 cards. There is Avery, which says draw 3 cards. If you drew cards this way, your opponent discards bench Pokemon down to 3, which works really well in certain decks. Works great against the Mew VMAX deck.
Yeah.
So, again, there are a lot of good things that you can run instead of that. Let's see. Egg Incubator, flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto the bench. Shuffle your deck. If tails, put the Egg Incubator on the bottom of your deck instead of the discard pile. Not bad.
Yeah.
But honestly, I much rather just get the guaranteed search for a basic Pokemon with Quick Ball. What is it? Feather Ball, which allows you to pick a Pokemon that doesn't have a retreat cost. Things of that sort. There's definitely better options to play in place of that. Same with Great Ball. If you miss a Pokemon in your top 7, that's
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same problem. You just play the Quick Ball, you play the Ultra Ball. You'd rather just say I'm just gonna pitch a card that maybe might be dead in my hand and guarantee that I get what I need rather than hoping that I find what I want in my top 7. Like unless you have some way of manipulating the top of your deck constantly, it's just not going to make the cut.
Yeah. And then lastly, Lure Module. Each player reveals top 3 cards of the deck and puts all Pokemon they find into their hand. Then each player shuffles the other cards back into their deck. I'm always against it just because I tend to be very aggressive with my cards, and I don't like giving my opponents potential benefit as well.
Yes, yeah, that was the big, like, do not like this. If it was something just like you get to look at the top 5, put any Pokemon you find in, sure, perfect. But the fact it's top 3 and it gives it to your opponent as well, where if you whiff and they hit like exactly what they need, you cost yourself the game.
So yeah, taking all the ones that we don't like out,
Yeah.
we're not left with a whole lot of options. Switch pretty much is placed in every deck. Energy Switch ultimately depends on the deck you're running. It does go with basic energy, so if you're running a very heavy deck that doesn't go off of basic energy, it's not going to have a place in your deck. Metal Saucer, again, also very situational, goes great in steel/metal decks. Evolution Incense, again, perfect for when you have a lot of Pokemon that just evolve. Again, going to VMAX, V-Star, or even cases of rare candies where you're just trying to get that evolution so you can rare candy onto the basic Pokemon.
Yeah. I was like,
So
I do give a little bit extra credit to the energy switch just for blanking out the deck my opponent was playing. But they are playing one of the Pokemon with the effect. They're just like, look at the top 5, put any energy you find this way onto the Pokemon. It's like, cool, I'm gonna do that, and then start energy switching it onto my active Pokemon. So that way I've got a constant churn of energy without having to like energy for turn, and I just go, I'm gonna use ability, grab an extra energy switch it over. Now my Pokemon's online way faster than you're expecting it to be. Which that's where this kind of stands out, where you have that ability, just keep dumping energy onto your Pokemon and then move them around as you need.
Oh yeah, I use it with Galarian Moltres V as well, because Dire Flame Wings just allows you to take one of the dark energies, put it on it, and then I can switch it to another one as needed. So again, that one has a lot of potential depending on the deck that you're looking at.
Yeah, it's not an absolute put it in every deck, but it's definitely works very well in the decks it's good for. Now we've got the Trainer's Toolkit, where we hopefully finding some better trainers.
Oh no, we absolutely find better trainers. First and foremost, one of the things they advertise right off the bat is this comes with 2 Luminion Vs. Luminion V is kind of the grand star of this.
The full contents are 100 basic energy, 4 Pokemon TCG booster packs, 65 card sleeves, which we've talked about these in the past. They're not good card sleeves. They're pretty. They're not good. A deck builder's guide.
There's your purple dice.
Oh, yeah. The purple damage counter dice, which is the entire reason I bought this. The coin flip die, 2 condition markers, V-Star marker, and 50 useful cards, including dozens of trainers, 6 special energy, and 2 copies of Luminion V.
So what makes Luminion V so good is its ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto the bench during your turn, you may search your deck for its supporter card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. So that's just a good way if you need to get a quick boss's orders, Marnie, or even like Professor's Research. That's just a good way to get that out there, and then you can do use its attack if you are running a water themed deck, which just allows you to return it back to your hand. So, it's a really good, inclusion if you're running especially a supporter heavy deck. So, air balloons, Speak of the Devil, rare candies, rescue carrier, power tablet, fusion strike energy. I don't know why they did it like that. Cross switcher, cross receiver, adventurer's discovery, collapse stadium, choice belts, double turbo energy, ultra ball. We also spoke about switch, tool jammer, Raihan, quick ball, professor's research, path to the peak, Marnie, magma basin, level ball, Gloria, fog crystal, evolution, incense, escape rope, capture energy, boss's orders. Like, there's a lot of good things in here. Yes. I am running out of room just trying to get them all on here, but literally, like, save for a few exceptions, I don't typically use cross switcher or cross receiver.
Yeah, those I think those get scrapped out of the pile.
Yeah, those don't need so much. Adventurer's Discovery isn't bad, but you can also just use Battle VIP Pass in place of it.
Yeah, admittedly, this does have VIP has the downside of needing to be the first turn. This is the upside of being on any turn.
But it also the fact that it takes the supporter place is what makes that one a little trickier. But just Raihan, as long as you're not running purely special energy, Raihan is phenomenal to slot into any deck. It just says if your Pokemon was KO'd the previous turn, put an energy from your discard onto one of your Pokemon, then search your deck for a card. Don't reveal it, just any card, and then shuffle your deck.
Yeah.
Like, Raihan is great for picking you back up after you lost your main one.
So I am going to, unfortunately, pull Tool Jammer also out of the show-off pile, only because I just like Tool Scrapper better.
Fair enough.
I just like the ability to say, rather than having to worry about temporarily deactivating, just get it out of there. Nope, get out. Same thing where, like, power tablets are great. I love the card to death. I used it in Mew VMAX, but it's only Fusion Strike Pokemon.
Yep. I mean, Fusion Energy goes the same way, but honestly, if you are building Mew VMAX, this is, something great to pick up, because it also gives you the double turbo energy run in the deck.
Yeah, like
just
the Ultra Balls that are like I'm just gonna real fast like the Ultra Balls that are in my deck. Like, let me see. Do we have anything else in that pile that I'm currently?
Quick Ball,
Quick Balls. Yep.
Professor's Research.
Yep.
Marnie.
Yep.
Fog Crystal. Evolution Incense.
Yep. I don't run Evolution Incenses.
Boss's Orders.
Those get. Oh, yep. So yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, just kind of a very quick. I'm gonna kind of move things out of the way just to show.
Raihan.
Yeah. Get the stuff out of the way. Professor's Research getting silent only because the oh geez, what's his name now? The Genesect is just silly. But just to kind of give you a quick idea, that lovely pile of cards is all played in my one deck.
Granted, it's not the exact number.
Yeah.
But you can see just how much benefit this has. Taking out like the fusion stuff, we can easily put these into the Mewtwo / Melmetal decks. Fog Crystal's perfect for Mewtwo.
Yeah.
If you really need to, if you're ever really worried about Pokemon abilities, there's Path to the Peak, which is
which if you played against me, I'll give you a very dirty look.
It's the bane of a lot of players' existence, but there is just so many good things,
Yes.
and then
oops.
also
I
capture energy, which
I also have those in the deck. I completely overlooked them.
yeah, there's again
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, so like if you're, like I said in the beginning, if you're low on your trainers, absolutely get this thing. If you only need like just these specifically, I'd probably go online buy the singles only because it is, I believe, $24.99 for the box.
Yeah, it's $24.99.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Like, but again,
It's phenomenal value
Yeah.
for what it's worth. Pokemon, if Pokemon does anything right, it's the trainer toolkits. Like, the last one was good. This one is honestly, I think, even better than that one.
Yeah.
Even though the other one had Crobat in it, which. But yeah, no, I cannot recommend these enough.
Yeah, we looked through and we said what there was. Let's see, cutting out. Nope, no, these all see play. All of these see play. Just gotta keep.
I think maybe kicking out Magma Basin, that doesn't see a whole lot of play.
Yeah,
Level Ball does.
I'm just kind of piling them on now because I can. Because I like being absurd, but yeah, like of the 50 odd trainers, we said
No to
4
essentially.
Yeah. So 46 out of 50 trainers in this are playable and see a ton of play in quite literally every standard deck right now.
Mm-hmm. In some way, shape, or form,
Yeah.
yeah. And even when rotation hits, we'll see some of these cards rotating out. Capture Energy, I know, will be rotating out. Not Rescue Carrier. Rescue Carrier's maybe the only one that would also probably be cut from that.
Yeah.
But that's also because the meta right now is very heavy on V and VMAX / V-Star.
Goodbye, Rescue Carrier. So,
But it's...
gonna add them to the pile of shame. Yeah, I mean, again, like, even though rotation is coming beginning 2023, so January, February assumption.
We're likely going to be seeing rotation happen when the first set of Scarlet and Violet drops, which is, again, slated for the first of the year.
Yeah. But even then, I mean, a lot of the stuff like Level Ball, Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, Switch, Professor Research, it's not tied to one specific set, so they can very easily just change the art, reprint it again. And like, oh no, you bought a Trainer's Toolkit last year, and then Escape Rope rotated out, and then one set later they reprinted Escape Rope with the new artwork on it, and it's right back to being legal again.
Oh yeah, no, that's what they did with Quick Ball already. Quick Ball was reprinted in Fusion Strike, so it'll stay legal in the next standard.
Yep.
But yeah, no, they're always good about making sure a lot of your staple cards are able to stay in, or if they aren't, they have other ways, the other options in place of those cards.
Like Marnie, for example, unfortunately, I don't think can really get reprinted because she's specific to her game. But they can very easily either pick another trainer or make another card with a similar effect, and it just won't be Marnie. It'll be, I don't know, Marnie Jr. Where it has the same effect, but now you draw 4, your opponent draws 3, or something like that. Or It's, oh no, instead of shuffling, you both discard your hand and then draw 5 and 4 respectively.
And I mean, even
Yeah.
even then, when they stay to the respective sets, it's still possible to see her. It's possible that she could see a reprint, and we'll
That is
see her
true.
in standard again. Just because I know Shauna was in XY,
True.
just things like that.
Yeah.
So it is possible that she could get a reprint. I doubt it though, with how heavily she hit the meta.
Yeah.
Like I'm honestly not expecting her to get a reprint slash stay in standard much longer. She'll definitely see expanded play, especially also capture energy. Even though it'll be rotating out here soon, that's still 6 months of being able to play with it. And then, oh no, it's an expanded now. I'll throw it in all my expanded decks. Seriously.
And again, that's not even to say that it won't reappear again sometime in the future. The nice thing about all of these being very general is just the fact that if they decide, like, again, for the strike stuff, unfortunately, it's probably going to be locked to Battle Stylization Strike because I can't foresee them ever deciding to reprint. Yeah, we're making Fusion Strike 2.
Yeah.
But everything else, like, it's generic to enough that, oh, let's put this card back into the meta. It's been a year and a half since we last saw it, make people rip their hair out. What, you don't like having the perfect opening hand and your opponent just fires off a Marnie and you smack your brain to the table over and over until you forget about how much value you just lost off one card? No, I'm not salty about Marnie. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Marnie's a great card. We're gonna be sad to see her go from standard, but she at least she's not a reset stamp.
Yep.
Reset stamp was brutal. And of course, Pokemon can't be Pokemon without tossing in some packs as well. So I'm taking the Evolving Skies this time.
Although, let's get those Go packs as well, because
Absolutely.
I want to see what's in this first. Alright. I'm going to get the Luminions out of the way real fast. A Camerupt, Azatu, Blanche, Lavatar, Natu, Ambipom, Slowpoke, Bibarel, Blastoise, and Tyranitar.
And I have Camerupt, Blanche, Unpheasant, Charmander, Eevee, Numel, Alolan Raticate, Tranquil, Apom, and Blissey.
Hey. So I think I have to go back through because someone did confirm it is only the foils that can become Ditto. So I need to go back and now just double check everything we opened. Be like, are you a Ditto?
Yeah, I've only seen the one Ditto that we got, and then I haven't seen it again.
All right. This was my Astral Radiance. There we go. Noctowl, Unidentified Fossil, Dartrix, Togepi, Magnemite, Ralts, Hisuian Sneasel, Mischievous, Poochyena, and Mamoswine.
And I have Vigoroth, Lombre, Fletchinder, Carvana, Dwebble, Mareep, Drowsy, Scraggy, Bagon, and Regidrago. This was my Evolving Skies pack.
And finishing out with, I believe, Astral Radiance.
That was Brilliant Stars.
Yep, sorry. Fracture, Weevil, Frenzen Galar, Golett, Chimecho, Chimchar, Mincino, Boltoy, Clang, and a Hatron.
And my last pack sees Energy Lotto, Quilava, Golduck, Scyther, Eevee, Heracross, Mantine, Hisuian.
Hey!
I'll take a full Melanie. Absolutely. And Registeel. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it all day. All right.
But yeah, we hope this little informative session helps you try and figure out building your decks. We know I realize now that we didn't go a whole lot into building the decks themselves other than talking about, like, just good trainers versus not good trainers.
I mean, I think that might be an episode for another day only because I'm going to use the your deck real fast. Like, building the deck. These are playing very, 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 very bare bones cards. Like these decks they're level 1. They're meant for new beginning players. I'm gonna scoot you up so the camera can catch a little better. So they're very intentional about keeping things straightforward and basic. No confusing things. That's why we see the hops where it's just a plain draw 3 cards. There's no additional effects tacked on. Whereas if we were to be building something like closer to, I'm going to say, the Urshifu decks that are out right now, then you're getting into either effects that it'll be like switch a Pokemon, draw 3 cards, or like using effects that are not just, let me find her again. Once during your turn, you may switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched. If you do, your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. Perfectly fine ability, but there's one copy of it in the entire deck?
Yep.
No, 2 copies in the
two,
entire deck. That's just escape rope. And that's the only effect this deck has that it gets to utilize. Whereas going into kind of a stronger deck, trying to get this cleaned up a little bit.
Whereas with like the single and rapid strike, you probably see half that amount of Pokemon.
Yeah.
You see, what is it? 2 copies of VMAX, 3 copies of V, I believe. And then I think, if I remember correctly, it was the Houndoom line in the single strike, as well as, I want to say, Passaman. Whereas the rapid strike was running the Octillery line and Oranguru. Yeah. And that was it past the V and VMAX Pokemon.
Yeah. Fewer sorry.
Nope.
I was going to say, fewer Pokemon, and also every Pokemon has an impact in the game. They're not just sitting on your bench kind of there for the sake of filling a slot. They're, I'm playing this one because it says I can look at the top 2 cards and switch one with my hand, or this one lets me search out my Rapid Strike Pokemon. This one makes my Pokemon take less damage or do more damage. Like, every single card either has an ability that makes it relevant to being in the deck or is actively advancing the game, whereas these are just very straightforward. I play my guy hits your guy's knocked out, I take my prize, you hit me back.
Yeah.
Very, very simple, just my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. First person to run a Pokemon loses.
And honestly, that's a really good way to view these decks.
Yeah.
Because they make it very easy just to get into the game. Again, I don't think any of these see any sort of standard play. Lunatone maybe with in par with Solrock, but even then, that's unlikely.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, they're great for starting. They're great for learning, but in terms of higher level play, they're not going to do anything. You like at most you'd take the V out of the deck and then build an entirely new deck.
More or less. I mean, again, there were like 3 or 4 trainers that you can keep with you, but
yeah, when you have to scrap like 55 of 60 cards, you're probably better off learning the game and then just building a whole new deck.
Oh yeah.
Rather than trying to fix this one to make it a competitive version of itself. So yeah, like I feel like we should definitely do a deck, like a kind of a live deck build in the future, but trying to do a live deck build around this.
Yeah.
Is,
looking at the Melmetal ones when I was doing that, it's
yeah.
Again, not bad, but it's very much back and forth rather than how we're used to of like getting everything done in like one turn essentially.
Yeah. It's also like there's not, I'm trying to think, like I don't want to say counterplay where it's like I do everything on my turn, I build up my Pokemon, I get my set up, and then on your turn you're like, all right, now how do I undo anything you've just done with like with like boss's orders, with escape ropes, things like that, where it's like, okay, you just set up your Mew VMAX, it's got the energy on it, it's got the Genesect online, it's going to do 210 damage next turn on its attack, but I've got a boss's order, so I'm going to snipe the Oracoco that's sitting on your back line to set you back a turn, and also now you can't get, and like just that constant counterplay that you see in the higher level, whereas this is just, there's no interaction with your opponent, I guess that's the way to put it.
That's actually a really good way to look at it. But, yeah, no. Again, if you're starting out, the not to diss on these decks at all, they're not bad, they're great learning tools. But I will stop at learning tools.
Yes. Yeah, they are phenomenal if you want to sit down and teach a new player. That's the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you want to start improving your skill. Like one of my favorite things to do is again looking at like top tournaments, seeing what people are playing. Just look at what's available in standard. Specifically, look at what abilities there are, what trainers there are, things of that sort. Things that work well together, and start going from there.
Or even good, just buy an Urshifu deck, or we're coming out with the level 3 soon.
Hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's starting to become a pipe dream now. But yeah, no, it's level 1 again, fine. Level 2, phenomenal resource. And actually a really good stepping stone for moving up to competitive play. And honestly, does not need a whole lot of changes into making it a level 3 / a proper competitive deck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, even then, well, now that we have events back and running, we'll probably also be seeing the return of the World Championship decks if people want to try out playing like the pro decks without having to spend that money.
Which, I mean, either way, not expensive, save for the few cards Arceus and Palkia now. But
outside of a handful of like the big ones, they're not bad.
But yeah, no, we hope you enjoyed this. As always, we're always down for very silly ideas, and we're generally also always going to be incorrect with our ideas. But, we have fun with it, and that's kind of what matters. And as always, I'm Ashe.
I'm Nick.
And we'll catch you next time.